These Trump goons are stealing homes from the military. Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Kristi Noem, and other top Trump regime members are moving into homes meant for senior military officers. Houses that are reserved for the people who defend this country, and who aren't actively tearing it to the ground. Noem was even living in one of these homes for free earlier this year at Joint Base Anacostia Bowling. She cited security concerns after her apartment was published by a tabloid, though no credible threats were identified. Miller and his wife Katie left their home in Arlington after activists were protesting outside of it. Rubio moved on to General's Row at Fort McNair and the Millers joined him. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth also moved into military housing, paying a little over $4,600 a month after $137,000 in renovations. Military housing in Washington, D.C. is limited, and ordinary service members and their families are stuck in houses with mold, lead paint, and unsafe conditions. Meanwhile, these political officials live in fully renovated homes, some upgraded with tens of thousands of dollars of emergency repairs. Money that could have gone to troops instead. These moves have caused tension between political appointees and top commanders, who see their housing being taken over while the men and women who serve this country are still stuck in substandard conditions. While military families struggle, political con men take over the safest homes in the city. Legal? Maybe. Fair? Absolutely not. But this is what the Trump regime is all about. They're going to take what doesn't belong to them, and there's nothing you can do about it to stop them.
Why is there an unusual amount of Trump cabinet members that's actually staying on military bases? And why is no one actually talking about this? I saw this headline a couple of days ago and I thought to myself, yeah, that sounds on brand for Stephen Miller. He's a little bit of a weasel and he seems like the type that would actually just love to mooch off of the government while he actually harms millions of Americans. And I found this story about how not only is Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio living on military bases, but there's multiple members of the Trump administration that are currently living on United States military bases. This story talks about how Pete Hegseth and other members of the Trump administration has moved into housing that was specifically earmarked for vice admirals, and it's getting kind of concerning. Notes how in the past, yes, there has been members of certain cabinets that have stayed on military bases, but everyone's saying there's an extremely high number of Trump cabinet members that are currently living on military bases. It highlights how it makes it harder for those admirals to now find housing because the houses that were earmarked for them are being taken by those members of the administration. And it also talks about how Marco Rubio, just moments after being sworn in, he moved into a house that's located near Pete Hegseth. But in Donald Trump's first administration, there was only two members, which was Jim Mathis and Mike Pompeo, who actually lived on military bases. This is something very uncommon for all administrations, including the last Trump administration. My only question is, why are they hiding out on these military bases? What are they so scared of? Are they scared that they know that they're doing something wrong? And are they afraid that the people may possibly rise up? Are they worried about being heckled or seen in public? What's the real reason? Because they like free shit. They like free shit, and they've decided that they want to actually get cheap housing and protection at the same time.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Beauty. So recently I came across this video on the internet and decided to share with you all. So recently Trump officials are now moving into the military base. Stephen Miller and other top Stephen Miller and other oh my god. Stephen Miller and other top officials are now moving into the military base. According to them, they say they are scared of the protesters. Anyway, guys, let's dive into the videos and see. Anyway, guys, let's dive into this video and watch people's reactions. Stay with us, comment your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe to this channel to support the channel, and we will be back with more.
So it's been reported that Pete Hegseth, Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, and some other of those bird brains have relocated to military bases. This is what authoritarian governments do before there's a crisis. This has been done in many other countries under many other dictators. You shield your leadership from civilians, from the public. Now, the crisis could be different things. It could be a coup, it could be massive civil unrest, breakdown of civil order, uprisings, or it could be a terrorist attack. But This is how authoritarian governments rule before there's a crisis. And examples of governments who hide behind their military are North Korea. Saddam Hussein did it. It's been done in Pakistan. There are many examples where this has happened, where leadership is moving to a military compound or a military adjacent area. Personally, I think the reason they're doing this is because there's a threat of a terrorist attack and because they're worried about civilians uprising, the public getting tired of their shit. They know it's coming.
The fascist cowards are running scared. So there is a shortage of military housing in the U.S., specifically in Washington, D.C. And now Stephen Miller just scored a house, and they're calling it the Trump Green Zone, because these fascist cowards are terrified of the dissonance they're receiving from specifically liberals. But dude, this whole country is fed up with their bullshit. And these narcissists are fucking paranoid. So they have fled to what they're calling the Green Zone. Kristi Noem, Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and some other Trump officials are now living on a military base. Stephen Miller and his fucking wife sold their house because of protests out in front of it. This is telling. This has never happened before, where people in the administration had to flee to live on a military base because they don't like what people are saying to them. This is an indicator of how unpopular they are, and it's just a matter of time before this fucking administration just crumbles. What do you guys think about this? Comment, like, share, all the things.
I, for one, love that our fearless leaders are moving into military housing. Because they're scared. They're scared. Malignant narcissists are scared all the time. They're paranoid all the time. And when I come on here and tell people, like, they're getting really nervous, they're getting really scared. Like, no, they're not. They have all the power. They're stronger than ever. No, they're not. And it's getting weaker all the time. And why would you move to a military base if you felt strong and secure? Is it because you're going to start starving people, even though you have a fund to feed them, whether or not the shutdown ends soon or not? Is it because Trump is taking IQ tests and wandering around Japan, bumping his head? Like, that's a little alarming. He posted this last night. What is that? Bro's sundowning publicly, and it's becoming more and more noticeable. And I said this several times now, but Curtis Yarvin is going, this didn't go how we thought it was going to go. They have way too much control still. We did not come in with a firm enough hand. We did not squash things the way we needed to. We may need to skedaddle in 2029. I also think they're trying to be near the military to look like the military works for us. They are on our side, which they are not. It is well known that they did not like Pete Kegsbreath's, get it together, bros. Like, no, they didn't like that loser telling them what to do. And there's no real reason. They're saying like it's a foreign threat. Sure. Your threat is coming from inside the house because we're sick of your shit. And I love thinking about Stephen Miller in Tennessee or wherever he was going, you're going to be hardcore? We'll be more hardcore. You want to bring it? We'll bring it. Yeah, you fucking little pussy. Like, you want to bring it? Bring it. He can say that because he can stand behind people with weapons. Like, Gollum could be flicked in public, so of course he's going to run to military housing. Hopefully he can keep Elon out of there. Sure enough, I'm sure we'll have Captain Valhalla there soon. Like, I want him to get one of the houses on General Row and then put Valhalla above the front door. That would thrill me to no end. So I don't know who else we know. Russ Thought's not there. He should be. But yeah, so these little wieners are trying to hide out with the military because they are scared. And they should be. And I've said several times that, like, while they try and play tough with the left, like we're sending people into your cities, we're going to do this, we're going to send missiles, and we can. I can do anything I want, except walk in a straight line, right? He can do all these things. He doesn't do them, but he can do them when he wants to. That is also for the right. That's also to spook the right. Now, they don't see it that way yet, but they will soon enough. When insurance rates go up, when they cannot insure their children, when they can't insure their own sick selves. Like, I'm seeing those spikes in the insurance rates. Bug. And they did not plan on those coming out for a while. But the way the shutdown and everything has gone, surprise, they're here now. Because remember how upset we were? Like, yeah, they're doing the big, beautiful bill, but they're going to get away with it because it's not going to start coming out till 26, 28. Oh, surprise, we're going to fuck you over right now. And there's talk. There's more cracks happening. People are getting angry. People are getting scared. So keep posting that the shutdown is due to the Republicans, that they have the numbers to shut this down, that there is 2 funds that could fund SNAP that is designed to do that during a shutdown, and they're not doing it. Make sure they know that. Make sure that they know that the big, beautiful bill is why those rates are going up. And if the shutdown doesn't end in 2 weeks, those rates stay for 1 year. So if you're going to go throwing 40 million people into trouble like that, yeah, I'd be on the military base too.
White House aide Stephen Miller says he has to sell his house, and he listed it actually about 10 days ago. Why? Because according to him and his wife, Katie Miller, well, the far left radical lunatics found their house, and they committed acts of terror. Exactly what were they doing? How about this? The neighborhoods around Arlington, Virginia, have consistently been going to Trump administration officials' homes and writing on the sidewalks around their house. The Constitution does not agree with Stephen Miller, nor do we the people. Stephen Miller is destroying democracy. Stop that. And well, just a couple days ago, Katie Miller here, to the tolerant left who spent their day trying to intimidate us by writing with chalk on sidewalks. Let me remind you, they've also done the same thing to Russell Voigt. They will not back down. They will not cower in fear. We will double down. Actually, Katie, you did none of that. See, you and Stephen decided to run away, tuck your tails, and run away from the consequences of your own actions, which is your neighbors calling you out for the bullshit that you and your husband are perpetrating as you continue to support this administration and deport people just because of the color of their skin.
Since when do cabinet members get to stay for free and live in military housing? Not never, until now. So basically, top Trump officials such as Miller, Noem, and Rubio are going to be staying in military housing that are reserved for military officers. Top members of Donald Trump's White House are reportedly living in homes typically reserved for top military brass in Washington, D.C., as they pull back from neighborhoods where their presence were often targeted by protests by the many Democrats who make the capital region their home. We all know that's a motherfucking lie. And being that they are cabinet members, they have security details. They have security to watch them. How easy is it for them to use the Democrats and all of these music festivals to go ahead and save money, right? Like, they don't want to spend money on their own housing. So they're going to go ahead and kick out top military officers from their housing on military bases for them to live for free. Stephen Miller and Secretary of State Marco Rubio recently joined a growing list of Trump cabinet secretaries and advisors who have chosen to live in reserved military housing, with Rubio moving on to General's Row in Fort McNair and Miller also living in the area after abandoning his digs in Arlington. So this is their choice. So it's okay to go ahead and kick out the ones who are actually serving this country. Let's go ahead and kick them out of their housing to accommodate cabinet members who make millions of dollars, who can afford to pay for their own housing. Although, while legal, the arrangements put a strain on the short supply of such housing in the District of Columbia and could ruffle some feathers among the nation's top commanders at a time when relations between political appointees and the brass is already strained. Hegseth is largely to thank for the division after he summoned commanders to Virginia for a speech about warrior ethos and aesthetics that was reportedly not well received. I'm pretty sure after that, what could have been in an email, when all of those officers, generals and admirals and vice admirals all across the military had to go sit down at Quantico to listen to Pete Kegsbreath talk shit. I'm pretty sure this is not going to sit well with them.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So recently, Trump officials are now moving into the military base. One of the top officials, Stephen Miller, and other top officials are now moving into the military base. And one of the reasons why they are moving into the military base is they say they are scared of the protesters, in the sense that they are looking for where to hide themselves. But deep inside of them, they know that this present administration is frustrating people. It's making people so desperate to survive. It's making people to think outside the box. And this is not the Make America Great Again the people were promised. You know, people are going through a lot in this present administrations, and this can actually make some people depressed. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in this comment section. Subscribe to this channel to support the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.